You know that one place where you feel totally, completely safe? For most of us, that's home, right? You lock the door, you shut the blinds, and you think, okay, I'm sealed off from the world. But what if that feeling is just a total illusion? This is a story about what happens when that shadow you see on the other side of the glass proves that a locked door means absolutely nothing.
I mean, listen to that. That sentence just hangs in the air, doesn't it? It's such a chilling promise. It's telling you right up front that what you think is the worst part is really just the beginning. This isn't just one scary moment, it's a deep dive into terror that just keeps getting worse.
So where does it all stop? Well, it begins in the one place you were supposed to feel completely untouchable, your childhood home. This is where that bedrock foundation of safety gets shaken right to its core.
Okay, so the setup here is, it's classic horror movie stuff. Our narrator is 17, and his parents, who are, and this is key, always there, suddenly take off for the weekend. This isn't just about him having freedom. It's a disruption of the routine, something that feels off from the very start. You can just feel that something isn't right.
So, what do you do when you're 17 and have the house to yourself? You and your girlfriend decide to go for a late night swim. But think about this scene. Inside, the house is lit up like a stage. Every light is on and huge glass windows make it totally visible. Outside, where they are, it's pitch black. They are completely exposed while the empty house is on full display. It's this perfect, creepy reversal of privacy.
And that's when it happens. From the darkness of the pool, he's looking into his brightly lit, supposedly empty home, and he sees it. Just a flicker, a human shape passing across a wall inside. The one thing that should absolutely positively not be there. Someone is in his house. His reaction is this incredible mix of pure terror and honestly surprising calm. He gets his girlfriend hidden, grabs a knife from the kitchen, and starts sweeping the house room by room. And that's when he finds proof. It's subtle, but it's chilling. A dining room chair is pulled out just a little, and the seat is cold. And on the counter, there's a coffee mug that isn't his. Someone hadn't just been inside, they'd been sitting there. They'd been watching.
And this is where it gets really, really creepy. The police show up, they do a full search, and they find nothing. No forced entry, no broken windows, no footprints. It's like a ghost was there and just vanished. The complete lack of a rational explanation is almost worse than finding a kicked-in door, you know? It just leaves you with this one impossible question. How did they get in?
Just when you think, okay, the ordeal's over, the real horror starts. It's 4 a.m. and he's woken up by a sound, slow, dragging footsteps right above his head, and then they start coming down the stairs, one deliberate step at a time. By the time he works up the nerve to go look, there's no one there, just the front door hanging wide open. The intruder was back, and they were making a point, I can come and go whenever I want. The next morning delivers the final psychological punch. Nothing of value was stolen. Not a TV, not cash, just the knives. Every single knife from the kitchen block was gone. This wasn't a robbery. It was a statement. It was a terrifying, carefully crafted message that basically screamed, I was here, I was close to you while you were sleeping, and I took the only weapons you had to protect yourself. So you'd think, okay, that's it, right? A once-in-a-lifetime horror story. But for this guy, it was just Act 1. Years go by, he's in college, and the threat comes back. Only this time, it's not some hidden shadow, it's right in his face. A direct, unnerving, and purely psychological attack.
All right, picture this. You're walking back to your dorm room. It's like 2:30 in the morning. You expect the common room to be totally empty, right? Quiet. Instead, you walk in, and there's a man sitting in a chair, motionless, wearing a full black ski mask. He's not doing anything. He's not saying anything. He's just there. The absolute wrongness of it is just paralyzing.
So he does what anyone would do. He bolts, he hides, and then a few minutes later, he peeks back in. The man hasn't moved an inch, still just sitting there, watching. He doesn't even react to being seen. The narrator walks past with pepper spray out, and the guy doesn't even flinch. His power is in his stillness, his total calm. The message is just screaming, I'm not afraid of you, and there's nothing you can do.
And the nightmare just keeps going. It gets even weirder. As he walks away from the dorm, 3 more guys in masks, this time on bikes, just appear out of the darkness. They start riding alongside him, laughing, holding what look like guns. But they don't attack him. They just pace him. It's not a mugging. It's something so much stranger.
a surreal, terrifying performance that has only one purpose: to torment him. And this really gets to the heart of it. It wasn't about actually causing physical harm. It was about the threat of harm. It was about making him feel hunted, making him feel completely powerless. The fear itself, that was the goal.
Okay, so this story takes its final and most violent turn. The Silent Watchers, the psychological games, that's all over now. The threat is no longer a shadow in the dark. Now it's a fist coming through glass. This is the confrontation.
It starts with a guy standing in the dark outside a party, and he asks this simple, direct question that just freezes the blood in your veins. It's a question designed to find out one thing. Are you vulnerable? Are you alone?
And then comes the detail that changes everything. See, he doesn't just ask about parent. He says their actual names. Instantly, this is no longer a random threat. This is personal. This is premeditated. This person has done their homework. They know exactly who he is.
Later that night, it all goes down. The house is a mess, clearly ransacked, which draws him inside, and then he catches it, a flicker of movement in a mirror. The intruder is right behind him. It's chaos. The guy lunges, tackles him, there's a desperate struggle, and then, just as quickly as it started, it's over. The man shoves him off, dives straight out an open window, and just vanishes into the night.
So, where does all this leave us? Well, not with any easy answers. It leaves us with this permanent feeling of unease. The physical attacks are over, sure, but the psychological doors they kicked open, those can never really be locked again.
Years later, there are still no answers, just these questions that haunt you. How did someone get into a completely sealed home without leaving a single trace? Who were those silent, masked figures in college? And the biggest, most chilling question of all, was this all the same person, one single tormentor stalking him for years? Or was it just a string of horrible, unrelated coincidences?
In the end, there's really only one terrifying conclusion you can draw that connects all three of these incidents: the missing knives, the silent watcher, the violent attack. None of it was ever about stealing something. The entire purpose was to shatter that illusion of safety. It was a raw exercise in power, a demonstration that your locks don't matter, your alarms don't matter, that they could cross any line, enter any space, anytime they wanted. The real theft wasn't of property, it was of peace of mind. And that leaves us all with a final, really unsettling thought. How safe are you, really?